All right, good morning. All right, good morning, everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and this is our morning eCom motivation. Again, I'm Nicole Whitlock, and my passion is helping people get organized, get focused, getting consistent in their e-commerce business. And if that's you, I am here for you. So we host the morning ecom motivation, our daily ecom planning session every morning, Monday through Friday. On Saturdays, we host our weekly planning sessions, and the last Sunday of every month, we host our monthly planning session. So at the end of this month, we'll be planning for the beginning of Q3. So we definitely want to finish Q2 strong. And today's topic, each day we pick a new topic that we talk about. And today's topic happens to be around procrastination. So we are live on Clubhouse. We're also live in the e-commerce planning Facebook group. And I am actually pulling this out from my archives. Um, so it's a topic that I've talked about in the past on our internal Ecom Sellers Academy training and also our podcast. So the thing about procrastination, there's always reasons why people procrastinate. Many, many, many different reasons why people procrastinate. And what I want to do is, because the summertime is the perfect time to get caught up, to catch up on your business, to catch up on things that are happening, and making more progress in your business, because laying the foundation for a successful Q4, I believe, starts in Q2. It can start in Q1. I do believe that there's opportunities for it to start in Q1, and some people actually do start in Q1. But I believe that you can make a lot of headway and a lot of progress in your business by starting that process of planning for a successful Q4 and Q2. So, procrastination, if you are just waiting to the last minute, if you're one of those last minute studiers for that test or that final, and so you cram the night before, the one thing about Q4 does not like you cramming. you're not going to get, you're not going to make as much progress. You're not going to get as far as you'd like to get in your business if you're procrastinating or waiting to the last minute to get stuff done. So this is a great opportunity to get started. So again, we're live in the e-commerce planning Facebook group, and we are also live on Clubhouse. And if you haven't already done so, I invite you right now to grab the my ecom planner. It was created for sellers by sellers, and it is the only, the ultimate e-commerce planner that will help you to get organized, to get focused, to get consistent in your business, and to help you to make the progress that you need to make towards becoming that seller that you want to be, especially having an amazing Q4. Right now is the time to plan for that. In addition to that, I also want to invite you that if you need some support, some help, some guidance on your e-commerce journey, then you can schedule a free 20-minute coaching session with me, and I can help you. I can look at your schedule. I can look at your goals. We can talk about goals that you should be establishing. So you can go to ecomsellers.com, click on freebies, and schedule a free 20-minute coaching session there. And then if you haven't already done so, I invite you to join Ecom Sellers Academy. It's $17.99 a month. And in there, you'll get live weekly training sessions, live weekly Q&As. In addition to that, you'll get 10 retail arbitrage lists each week and 10 wholesale supplier lists. This is a great time to start establishing wholesale accounts if you haven't already done so. Again, I'm throwing all these hints out there, some things that are going to help you to have a successful Q4. So think about it. But you can join at ecomsellersacademy.com, and once you join, you'll be able to participate in all that. You'll also gain access to our library of over 200 training videos. So with that, we are going to go ahead and get started with today's topic, which is 8 ways to beat procrastination in your business. Again, you can see this list if you are live in the e-commerce planning Facebook group. So the first one, of course, is to plan ahead. Planning ahead, if we're going to have a successful Q4, planning, if you haven't already started planning, the planning starts now. You need to plan what you're going to do every single day. Incrementally over time, every action that you take in your business can help you to get closer and closer to your ultimate goal. So, planning your daily activities, making sure that there's at least one or two daily activities that are tied directly to your long term goal, that the actions that you take are tied directly to your long term goal. Planning every week, we do our weekly planning session where we talk about taking steps, going through and looking at your monthly plan and implementing and executing weekly activities that will help you achieve your monthly goals. And then your monthly planning. So your monthly planning is going to help you with, tackling your quarters, each one of your quarters, quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four. So, you're going to engage in activities and actions in your monthly planning. That's going to help you to achieve those quarter goals. So all of them work together in tandem. It's a gradual progression to help you to be successful and to achieve those goals that you're hoping to achieve. So planning ahead is important. Again, you need to grab the My Ecom Planner if you haven't already done so. Get the digital version. It's 40% off right now, so you can grab that. Number two, you can create a checklist to gain momentum. So sometimes people, they don't want to create time blocks. If they don't want to do that, creating a checklist if you are procrastinating. If the checklist is long, it may just sit there a little bit longer. But if you break down the checklist, there's two different strategies I'm going to talk about. One of them is breaking it down into checklist activities for the morning, afternoon, and evening. So if it's easier for you and you just write down 5 things you want to accomplish in the morning and it doesn't feel like it's overwhelming, that's fantastic. And then 5 things you want to tackle in the afternoon and 5 things you want to tackle in the evening. Again, breaking it down. And you don't just have to, this is talking about your business, but you could use this strategy in your personal life as well. So tackling a couple of things at a time, morning, afternoon, and evening, and that way you can get through those things and feel like you've accomplished a little bit more. Another strategy is one that I thought was really fun and cute, and I heard it on TikTok, and that is that they break down their day into 4 quarters. So if you follow basketball or any other sports, that the first quarter, the first quarter, you may be losing and you may not be where you want to be. So the game's not over. There's still time to catch up. So then you might actually make some headway and catch up in the second quarter. And then that third quarter, again, you could get some setbacks, or maybe you maintain and sustain that momentum that you've established throughout your day. And then the last quarter is where you finish strong. You finish the game, you win the game. And so, again, breaking down your day's activities into 4 quarters can help you to feel like you're actually making progress and gaining some momentum in your day. So those are 2 different strategies of breaking it up into 4 pieces, your day, or breaking your day up into 3 pieces. Try one of those strategies and see if it works for you. And if information is helpful to you, I do want you to share this out with a friend. Let someone else know about the daily ecom planning sessions. Let them know so they can come and join us, because we are here to help them to be successful in their e-commerce business as well. And also, a lot of these strategies you can use in your personal life. So I use a habit tracker to build the habit. So I do love using habit trackers because the great thing about it is that you can start off small and build up to whatever your ultimate goal numbers are. So an example might be you're not listing the way you want to. You're only listing randomly, haphazardly throughout the week, even throughout the month. And some platforms, depending on your e-commerce method, some platforms really love daily listing. So if you're struggling with that habit of just being consistent with listing every single day, you can start off with something easy, like for 2 weeks, list one item every single day. Again, we're just trying to build some momentum around the habit. That's it. So if you create one listing every single day, then 2 weeks later, you up that to 3 listings every single day, and you do that for 2 weeks. And then you up that to 5 listings every single day, and you do that for 2 weeks. And then you up that to 7 listings every single day for 2 weeks. And then you ultimately get to what maybe your goal was, which is 10 listings a day. So it is a gradual progression to getting to that. But in the meantime, you're building the habit of just listing every single day, so that over that, 6-week, 8-week span, if at any time you break that routine, you break that habit as you're building it, by the time you're at your 10, it feels weird when you haven't listed for the day, like, oh, I didn't list today. And you start to increase your awareness of what you didn't do because you've started building that habit. So start with something small. You can do the same thing with exercise. You can do the same thing with any other aspect of your business where you feel like, or your personal life, where you're not doing what you want to do, but you just need a little push, a little nudge to get the habit started. So starting with using a habit tracker to help begin that process. Those are called mini goals or mini habits, and that will help you on that journey. So then the next thing is start by tackling 10 minutes at a time. There are times in which it's just too much. I raised my hand and I could totally understand. I totally understand. There are times when things are just too much. So if there's a task that you've got to do that it feels like this is going to take me forever, I'm never going to get this done. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't even want to start it because of the fact that it's going to take me forever to get it done. Much like cramming for that, that final or that test, like that doesn't work for you. That just don't do that to your business. Or getting your, like, if you have an experiment, like think about school all the time. So like you have a science experiment and they're like, okay, you need to turn this in, tomorrow. And we told you 4 weeks ago that you had to turn it in. And it just feels so overwhelming. So some people just have zero action. There's inaction in the thought of what it is that you have to do. You're so overwhelmed by it. So start by tackling 10 minutes at a time. So if you have to do it, then if it's something that you feel like it's going to be a 2 hour long or 4 hour long or 8 hour long task, just Monday do 10 minutes. And you got 2 weeks. Let's just say hypothetically in this scenario, you have 2 weeks to get it done. So Monday, tackle 10 minutes. Tuesday, tackle 10 minutes. Wednesday, tackle 2 minutes. Now, I will tell you there is something to stopping and starting, because it takes you longer to get going when you stop and start, stop and start, stop and start. Much like driving in the city and hitting a bunch of red lights along the way versus driving on the highway and not hitting any red lights along the way, unless there's an accident on the road. But you really do get further along if you just stick with something. So stopping and starting, you're going to have to get yourself into the right frame of mind, maybe for the first 2 minutes, and then you actually make progress for 8 minutes. So that's what you need to be prepared for, is that you got to get like, okay, what was the last thing I left off in, and where was I at? So you have to remember those things before you can actually start on the activity. But again, it gives you the opportunity to actually start making some progress on the action or activity, whatever it happens to be. And so by the end of, 5 days, you will have invested 50 minutes. But the reality is probably had 40 minutes of true productivity because of the stopping and starting. But it's still progress. And that's 40 minutes that you don't have to do again. And that is progress that you've made. So take it one piece at a time, one bite at a time, 10 minutes at a time, even maybe pump it up to 15 minutes, whatever that task is that you feel is so overwhelming and so daunting, so that you're not paralyzed by it and you don't sit in your inaction. You actually do take some level of action towards the activity. The next is dedicate time or use time blocks. Absolutely. I encourage you to use time blocks all the time. That's what I use, but if the checklist method works for you, that's perfect. Go use that. But time blocks means to dedicate specific time, set aside time to work on that specific thing. So set aside time to do listings. You can do a time block of an hour, 2 hours just to do listings. Set aside time to do shipments. And again, for you, if you don't have to do shipments because you're doing print on demand or drop shipping, or sent if you send your inventory into like Amazon or WFS, or a fulfillment center, there's still some level of inventory, shipping related activity, because you still got to get it there. So however your business is structured, whatever method of e-commerce you're doing, dedicating a time block of an hour to 2 hours to just focus on that one thing, nothing else, not try to multitask, not try to do 10 things at one time, unless you're executing a routine, which has a bunch of different subtasks in it, that's fine. But focus on one thing at a time. You'll find that you'll make far more progress by doing that. The next is to take 5-minute breaks. Take breaks in between. That will help you. If, again, when you have those moments where something feels overwhelming, something feels like it's going to take forever to get done, take 5 minutes in between so that way you can break it up, get up, walk around, do some jumping jacks, have a 5-minute dance party where no one is looking, just blast whatever your favorite song is and just go for it. Again, helping you to be able to break up the day, re-energize, get some blood circulating so that way you can think again um, if you're feeling overwhelmed. All right. And you can make progress. Do the hard or complicated tasks first. I would encourage you that if there is something that you feel like maybe you have a checklist today, and there's a bunch of 5-minute tasks that are on there, like things that you can burn through in 5 minutes. But there's one thing though that's on there that's like 2 hours. If you are a person where your most productive time of the day is first thing in the morning, I encourage you to tackle the hard thing first. If all the other stuff is 5-minute tasks, then you can do those later. The other thing is, I would encourage you that if it's going to impact the rest of the day, doing the hard thing first, or the thing that's going to be make the most impact in the rest of your day, knocking that out first can help. The other thing is to focus on the income producing activities first, so you can decide which one of these you want to do. But sometimes doing the hard thing first, just rip the band-aid off and go for it. Jump into the pool, the water's fine, so that you can make progress and move forward. And then track your progress. Make sure that you're always tracking where you are. You can track your progress in the My eCom Planner. That is extremely important to know whether or not you're making progress towards your goals or you're making progress towards whatever it was that you were procrastinating about. It is so good to know, okay, whichever method you use, I'm actually making some progress in my business. I'm actually moving things forward. So with that being said, this is Nicole Whitlock, and I'm with eCom Sellers, and my passion is helping people to be organized, to get focused, to stay consistent in their e-commerce business. If that's you, I encourage you to schedule a free 20-minute coaching session. If you need some help, you need a cheerleader, and I can review your plan. You can go to ecomsellers.com, click on freebies, and schedule a free 20-minute coaching session. In addition to that, I want to encourage you to grab the My eCom Planner. You can get the digital version at 40% off right now, or you can get the physical version. You can go to myecomplanner.com and purchase that. And then the last thing is, I do want to encourage you to join eCom Sellers Academy. That will help you with receiving some support along this journey, so that, as a solopreneur, you don't have to do it by yourself. You can do it in a community with like-minded sellers. So we do also have, inside of eCom Sellers Academy, we're offering the retail arbitrage, online arbitrage list. So if you're looking for a summer of success, you want to make a lot of progress in your business, you can go to ecomsellersacademy.com/RAOA list, and you can get 200 monthly retail and online arbitrage leads for $50. So you can grab that at ecomsellersacademy.com/RAOA list, and RAOA leads, and use that to help you on your journey to getting to whatever that is, the $1 million seller status, prepping for Q4, just gaining some momentum and getting some consistency in your business. Use the leads every single week, 50 leads a week, to be able to go out and just source and list. All right. I hope this information is helpful. Grab or download the daily ecom planning checklist. Go use it right now. Go grab it. It's inside of the e-commerce planning Facebook group. Go grab the daily ecom planning checklist and go step through the checklist for today so that you can make progress in your business. Use it, review it, use it, and start making some progress in your business. And with that, we are going to say, I hope that you have an amazingly blessed, extremely successful, focused, consistent, productive day. We're going to say bye for now. Thanks, guys.